Hey, Pack, and welcome back. Today we're going to talk about Harbor Freight and some dates that are going on that you need to know. This is Bulldog, you're in the shed, and we're going to get to it right now. If you are an Inside Track Club member, that is, if you are, like myself, this is a great time because today we get early access in stores only to the double the deals. So it's 15 off any single item plus 30% off any single item under $10. So that is a great deal in itself. And if you are in the club, you are part of this deal. So today, you can get in and get those deals. So let's just take a look at some of these deals while we're here. This right here, $189. It's a Daytona. I mean, I've seen some DeWalt brands and stuff about the same price, but for a Daytona makes a good quality jack. $189. It can be yours. $80 off. I have no need for this or this or this right now, but that's a good deal. I can always use a jack. The Cover Pro Canopy, $50. That is a great deal, and these deals are going on until October 2nd. So $50. That can be yours. This is a good deal. This is always a good deal. I think everyone should have one of these. I've got one of these in my work truck, and trust me, since I don't have a helper anymore, this has been my rolling apprentice. I just put everything I need on it: nitrogen bottles, tool bag, whatever, and it acts as a tool bench and an easy way to carry. Excuse me, I got a 60-pound English Bulldog under my feet that's trying to get out from under my desk. She's been sleeping under there. You probably heard her snoring. So, going on down, I've got this already. Great deal. Love this. It was worth every single penny for what I used it for. So, I recommend this if you need to lift things up or just bring things up to a good working height. This is good, and it acts as a workbench as well. I've had one of these since probably 2000. When did I get this? Probably the early 2000s. I've had one of these, and I've still got it and still use it to this day. 54 bucks, you can't beat that. Dolly, everyone needs a good dolly, or for those people that call it a hand truck, a hand truck. General Steel or U.S. General. This is $12.99, 13 bucks for some socket rails. I need a whole bunch of these. Moving on down, we got tarps again. I'm gonna always tell you this is a good deal for this Maddox because I paid for a gear wrench. I paid a lot more than this, almost probably double this for a gear wrench brand. So that's a good deal, and I'm gonna be honest, it looks just as good as the gear wrench that I've got. So keep that in mind. If you need a good slide hammer, 5 pounds, 9-way, 75 bucks, can't beat it. I've got one of these, but I've got the big kit, right, that comes with the tracer. I would recommend spending just a little more and get the full kit rather than just the Power Pro, but if you don't need it, 159, 160 is a good deal for that. Love this. This is actually bigger than what you would think it is. I've got a whole bunch of DeWalt tools in one right now. This, I think, is better than the DeWalt one. I'm going to actually go back and get the bottom to this and maybe one more of these because I still have a lot of DeWalt tools that I need to make mobile when I get my mobile RV business up and going. But this is a good deal, $35 for that. Let's see, extension cords. This is the time of year we're all out putting out our Halloween decorations, and we're going to be rolling right into Christmas. So you got those inflatables in your yard or anything else, you're going to need a good way of getting the power to them. Here it is, a 100-foot cord. Great little cord, and you can use it all year long. If you're like me, you're going to throw it in your work van as soon as the holidays are over. So great stuff. I always use these. I prefer these when not for painting. I use these when I go into a customer's house and I have to pull out a blower motor or something and I'm working. It keeps that grease and everything off their carpet, and it keeps the from scratching up any kind of hardwood or laminate flooring they may have. So this is great to have. I always pull these in with me when I go inside to change something or even to work. I mean, you know, you're going upstairs, you're going to be standing at their air handler for a while. I spread this out and I stand on it. It's not, you know, I'm not messing up their stuff. I do wear booties, but, you know, I'm not messing up their carpet or anything. It's a great little gadget. Screwdriver set. This looks almost competitive with a. I'm not going to say Klein because Klein I don't think you're going to be able to beat, especially for electrical stuff. But $4.99 if you're starting out and you're a mechanic and you need tools, you need to fill that toolbox up. The ad says help wanted, must have your own tools. There you go. Bam. It doesn't say what kind. It just says bring your own tools. $5, you get a 12-piece set. Great to have. 14 bucks, you got a wrench set. So for 20 bucks, you've got your screwdrivers and wrenches, and then some adjustables. I mean, here's almost your whole mechanic screw set, or set minus any kind of sockets right here. Bam, and you're probably 30 bucks right here. So that's a good deal. Moving right along, let's go on to the second page. I'm trying to get through this quick. I know nobody wants to watch a 45-minute video of these. Quinn, $99 is a good deal. Here's some jacks, 50 bucks for these wrench sets. I don't know. I got some Craftsman sets more than this for $89, so 40 bucks more, but they're ratcheting wrenches. I think that was the deal there. I got those at Lowe's. Let's see, we got the extra large double-sided moving blanket, always great, especially if you're working under RVs or cars. Like I said, I work under my car. I use these because I cannot use a creeper due to the fact I would be fighting gravity the whole time since I'm basically working on a hill. So these are great for that. Keeps you clean and stuff. You still can't get out as easy, but I'm not fighting gravity and I'm not getting dirty. The tarps, their tarps are good. I wouldn't recommend them for any long-term use, but for throwing over some stuff in the bed of your truck to get from point A to point B, these are great deals, these tarps. I've still got a couple of them I've had forever. I don't, but like I said, I don't use these every day. They're not covering up some pile. $37, how many? 60-piece tap and die set. That's a good deal. That right now, while you guys are watching me, you are watching me put this in my list because we are going to buy that this week. More extension cords, jack stands. I just bought these. I just cashed in on this deal. 12 ton, good for RVs. They're nice and tall. They are nice and heavy, but they're nice and tall too. So really works out when I need them. And I don't think you can ever have enough jack stands. And never go under a vehicle with just a hydraulic jack. Always have a jack stand. Safes, here's some trailer jacks. So if you got a utility trailer or an RV or something, this one will hold up to 10,000 pounds. This is my Hall Master. It's a great little deal there. How much was that? $129? Yeah, you're not going to beat that anywhere. 50 bucks right here for this floor jack cross beam. It's not a bad deal. I've got the DeWalt brand of this. I paid probably an extra $40 more than this. If you've got the Bauer set of tools, get this. Worth it. Don't need that right now. I will need this later in life. Don't need it right now. Don't need any of that. Multi-tool, metal detector. Don't need any of that. Let's see. Alright, so I'm going to wrap it up here. $3.99, 150 piece terminal set. That's a good deal. 150 pieces. That's good. If I get it, I get it. Some angle wrenches, 49 bucks. It's a good deal. This is in my cart already on my list. Harbor Freight on their app, they've got this little, check the little heart and it just adds it to a list, and then when you go to Harbor Freight, you can pull up your list, and I go through the list and see what I need. That way it saves me time from, just spending all day in the Harbor Freight, which I could easily do. These are good if you work with any kind of rope or any kind of refrigerants or anything that's going to spray on you that's cold or potentially burn you. Those are good gloves. When I say burn you, I don't mean grabbing hot items. I mean friction burns. Moving on down, 50 bucks again. These are good, but I don't need anything this big. We've got the non-slip toolbox solid liner. So if you got a toolbox and you need liner, $4.99. Look at that. You know what I used to buy for mine? I used to go over to the here's what gets me on tools. So uh, let's say we're at Lowe's and we want toolbox liner. We are not paying $4.99. We're going to pay about $20 to $30 for this liner. But if I go back to the home section, uh, let's say I'm in Walmart and I go over to the housewares and I go to the cabinet liners, which are the exact same thing. You can buy the exact same one. Instead of paying $20 or $30, I'm paying like $10 for them. So, you know, same thing with knee pads. These kneeling pads. I go in the tool section and I buy a kneeling pad. I'm paying about $30. But if I go over to the garden section and I buy a black kneeling pad that goes under your knees, I'm paying less than half of that. So, you know, just know what you're getting, know where your alternatives are. Because you can buy the same thing just under a different department for a lot cheaper. Well, let's see. It's funny how that is, but a lot of people don't think. Especially guys, we go in for one thing, we're going to that tool section, we pick that up, and we're paying $30 for that kneeling pad. Versus, not me, I'm going over to the garden section and getting one for $12. All right, back to this. Long story short, good deal on these earplugs. You get 25 pairs, 50 in a pack, so 25 pairs for $5. That's a good deal. If they came with a case, I would definitely be jumping on that. In fact, I've got a case now. I may go ahead and jump on that and just throw those in the case that I've got. Excuse me, my son had surgery today, so I'm just checking to see what my wife's saying. Oh, that was not my wife. That is Harbor Freight's Inside Track Club telling me that they've got some deals going on and today's the day. So we know that already. I'm telling you. So thanks, Harbor Freight, for informing me as I inform others. So let's go back to the deals. I want to go over the dollar days once again. We've got this is a good deal. It's $1. You know, anything that's $1, get it. It's going to prove itself useful. You know, you're going to use it one way or another. So you can't really complain about $1 if it doesn't work well. $2, this goes in your junk drawer. These right here, I just bought one of these. These are perfect. Look, here's mine. I took the sticker off. But you know what fits in here perfectly? I mean, almost. You can get 2, 4, 6. You can get about 6 or 7 batteries in here. These little 12-volt DeWalt batteries. They fit right inside. I don't know if you guys can see that. They fit right in there almost perfectly. I keep these, and this is the small Bunker Hill, $3. Just bought it for my batteries. Now, I do have also Harbor Freight's bigger one right here. And you know what's in this one? Let's take a look in here. I've got my 20-volt batteries, and these fit quite a bit of these batteries. So 20 volt, these are my 20s, and they're in the bigger one. And they fit in here nicely too. I don't know if you can see that. They fit quite nicely in here. So you can get 1, 2, 3, 6. You can get 9 in there. And then on the side, the space you got left over, if you got any of these little 2 amp hour batteries, they fit right on the side there. So I use these for everything but ammo. Only because I don't have any ammo to put in it because I don't have any firearms at this point in time. Not that I never will. Florida just open carry is legal starting September 25th. So if you live in Florida, expect to see a lot more open carry. I've got this right here. This goes right in the back of my, this is my backup to my digital. In case I'm out and my digital, I find out my batteries aren't working. Bam, here we go. I'm good and set. Knee pads, $3. Not going to go wrong. Once again, these are pigskin leather. Leather gloves you can't have enough of. The only problem I have with leather gloves is I never have them on board when I need them. I always end up having to run to Harbor Freight and buy a pair because I've either left them at home or lost them. And that goes with tools too. Same with tools. You know, My tools are never a warranty problem. I never have to return them because of a warranty issue. My tools I'm usually rebuying because I've left them in a house, or I've left them on a job site, or I left them at home. So just like this hammer, $5. I can leave that and not lose sleep at night. Buy these for my son. He's got whoops, go back. He's got some banana trees, and he is constantly. I buy him one of these a season because he leaves them out to rust. But it is what it is. It's $5, and this lets him cut the leaves off his banana trees. Starting out, here's another screwdriver set. Those are great. Let's go back to our deals and see what we've got. We've already gone over Track Club. We've gone over Dollar Days. Let's just look at the basic coupons. All right, so air hose, $19.99, 50 foot of hose, not bad. Nobody, air hose is air hose, so that is not bad. $59 for this retractable hose reel, not bad when you consider a DeWalt one's almost $200. I love these. I've got two of these in my toolbox behind me. When I'm working on cars. I will throw these away. I don't reuse them because they just it's garbage and they're cheap. So you get 240 pieces for $12.99. Buy them. You'll thank yourself later. This I just bought. I just bought this for $39.99. I paid full price, and here it is today. There's a coupon, so I don't think they will, but I may go to Harbor Freight, show them my receipt, and say, is there any way I can get my $10 back? Or can you put it on a store credit? Even better. So, whatever they can do. I'm getting this anti-seize. It's on my list. There's some lights, recovery straps. This used to be all I bought at Harbor Freight back in the day because they were known for cheap tools, and that's what they had. So I never bought anything from them but stuff that I knew had a short lifespan. So I'd buy these to keep the critters out of my garbage cans. More knee pad. Are you kidding me? These Rangers don't look half as sturdy as the $3 ones on the Dollar Days. But they're $7.99. You know, maybe it's the brand. Who knows? A little sledgehammer, 4-pound hardwood engineer's hammer, $9.99. I've got these in my cart, guys. I've got high hopes for these. $10, I get 3 pairs of hose grip pliers. Got high hopes. I hope they work out. They're Pittsburgh, so they're going to have a lifetime warranty on them. Going to use these. Love them. So I haven't got them, but I'm going to love them. I know I will love these. Here. Wire strippers, self-adjusting. I just paid $22 for a pair of Klein brand, and these are $7.99. These are definitely going in the tool bag for a backup. All right, so I'm getting those. $4.99 on my list. Can't go wrong. Alkaline batteries. Some people will argue and tell you that alkaline is not it because they leak. Folks, when the batteries die, take them out of your devices and put new ones in. That's what we do. We don't leave them in there year-round after they've died to leak and ruin our devices. Take them out, put new ones in. Never have to worry with that. $2.96. I was just at Lowe's and saw here's $100 for $2.96 on these zip ties. I was at Lowe's. Lowe's had 50 for $4 something. And here they are. You get double that for $1 less. Come on, there's no telling. There's no argument as to where I'll get these from. They got black and white, whatever you need to blend in. I buy a pack of these every time I walk into Harbor Freight just because of the nature of my job. I use a lot of these. Here we go, $12.99 for a 50-foot extension cord. Not a bad deal. It is that time of year where we're all getting into our inflatables and our outdoor decorations, so that's a good deal. Here's a reel for that extension cord. Let's see, pressure washers, tarps again. These look more sturdy. This $26 tarp, don't leave it out too long. It's great to move stuff across town, but you don't want to leave it out. All right, moving on down. This right here, $6.99 for this Hercules socket drive set. The shanks. Apparently, DeWalt thinks theirs are worth $25 or more. They're proud of theirs, but guess which one's in my toolbox? Because I bet you these will last just as long as the DeWalt. So I've got these, $6. Pruning blades, I need to get some of those. I've got some of that needs to be done right now. If you need drill bits, I I don't need this many in my profession. I only need quite a, a small little select handful of these. But if you do use a lot of drill bits and you need them, 130 bucks, that's a good deal. $1, $3 box cutters, for what they do, that's worth it. I'd get those. I want to tell you right now, I want to talk about the polypropylene folding sawhorses. If you are a DIYer, this is all you need at your house. I have a pair of polypropylene folding sawhorses that I bought back in 1997. They have been on every military move with me. I use them maybe once a month on weekend projects. They have every red, yellow, green military move sticker on it that you can think of, and they are still kicking today. I still use these. I don't know how these would hold up on an actual construction site, but for the average DIYer, these will last you a lifetime. I haven't bought new ones because those still work and I'm still using them. I bought them in 97. That's a Stanley brand. Bought them at Walmart. Still going strong. Can't complain about them. Here's some knives. $12.99. Looks like it's got a little serrated edge there. A little rope cutter there. This is good. Throw in your bug out bag if you have one. $2.29 for this cart. Probably. I don't know. It seems like these are always on sale. Seems like they've been cheaper. I don't know. I'm not a woodworker. If you're a woodworker, let me know if this is a good deal. Looks like a good deal. I don't know much about making things out of wood. $9.99 a wrench organizer that holds up to 15 slots. Good deal. Going on down. Got some good deals here. So now we're back in our dollar days again. We've gone through this. Let's see if there's any other things we want to discuss while we're here. See what the instant savings are today. Today is the 18th, and like I said, today is your early access to the Harbor Freight Inside Track Club membership deals. No way. On my list. Bam, we're getting a couple of cans of that. You can't have enough brake cleaner. If you do any kind of automotives and you're cleaning parts, this is it, boys and girls. And for $4.99 for 14 ounces, yeah, you're going to go through that. More extension cords. This little security bit thing, I see it quite a bit. $8.99. I don't know what I would use this for, but to have on hand, because you may not have the job, but somebody else may have a job that needs it, and you're there, you can help them out. I guess I don't need it in my job. And then we're on to the last page, and we'll cut out early today. I know not everybody wants to see a 45-minute coupon go through for Harbor Freight, but Harbor Freight's got the deals, boys and girls. I'm telling you, my pack, this is where it's at. So $5 for a solder gun iron. That is great. Soldering wires for trailers and stuff, that is great. And then going over with a little heat shrink, that wire unit is good as new. Still going to cause some resistance, but as good as new. This, if you're a mechanic, you need one of these in your toolbox. I've got the one with the digital readout, but back up, I got this. And I've also got the Power Probe. So, good deal on that. Oil wrench, $5. Good deal. More leather gloves. Like I said, can't get enough of those. These clamps, 99 cents. I'll probably get a couple of these in stock because I use these quite a bit in my job. And that, ladies and gents, will conclude the deals for today. So, get out there. Get to your local Harbor Freight. Save you some money. Buy what you need. Fill up those toolboxes, and then share with me in the comments what you got, how you use it, and how it pertains to your daily life. Mine, I'm an HVAC technician. I'll use a lot of this. I know the zip ties, I use probably 3 per job, so I go through them quite quickly. So just let me know. Tell me in the comments. And if there's anything else you want to see or any kind of content that you want me to go over, let me know that too, and I will definitely make an effort to make a video for you on that. I love working on my own cars. Not a professional mechanic by trade. But I do work on cars. I did take some classes when I was at trade school on mechanics, so I know a little bit about them. So I am an RV tech and a marine tech and an HVAC tech. So I've got all that going for me. So if you want to know any more stuff about that, I have my own HVAC business. Always leave me a comment. Let me know what it is you want to know, and we can fix that stuff and go through all that. So here, I'm going to end this. We're about 25 minutes into this video. It's been great talking to you guys. Sorry it's been a few days since my last video posted, but here, hopefully I gave you some more information. Until next time, this is Bulldog. You're in Bulldog's Tool Shed. You're always invited to the shed. Stay out of the doghouse, and we'll see you next time. Bulldog out.